This morning, I received an emergency message from one of our clients, a mother of a 12-year-old child in Mumbai. And what she was worried about, in fact, very disappointed about, is that she had just found that the child had bought a few things, even though he did not have access or direct access to money, and the fact that he tried to hide where he got this perfume and sort of a baseball cap from. And so this mother was very disappointed in herself and in her child that maybe there is some problem in the way she's being a mother, or maybe this lying is a fixed, unremovable characteristic of her child's personality from now until forever. Well, what is there to know is that, first of all, lying is not something that only children engage in. As adults, we all know that we ourselves have been telling the non-truths, white lies, or at times blatantly lied about things in our own process of growing up during young years and teen years. And perhaps some of us engage in this behavior even now. But this video is not about us adults, because we all may have good reasons to hide things. However, the underlying reasons of lying remain the same. Let's talk about kids, for example. So first of all, kids lie because they feel that they do not have complete control over what happens in their life. So whenever there is a push and pull between what they want and what they are allowed to have or do, they do not always feel the confidence that they will be able to convince parents or other decision makers in the favor of what they want. As a result, the path of least resistance, the chances, the method that allows for them to get what they want without having to struggle with asking with parents or being rejected, is that they lie. If your child lies chronically, then the first thing you need to know is that this behavior is likely to improve with age. As the child becomes more independent, both in real terms and in his or her mind. And when they become independent, then they realize that they need not hide things from others in order to get something. The only thing that as parents you may want to do is to make sure that you are being straightforward and truthful in your dealings with the child. As parents are the primary role model for children to learn from, if you yourself are engaging in a particular behavior, then the child tends to think of this being all right, and therefore they follow it themselves. The other reason children lie is that they do not have the amount of life experience that some of us adults have. So therefore, they have not had the chance of realizing the consequence of particular action. As a result, they tend to engage in behaviors, whether it is lying or some other form of strange behavior. According to us adults, that is strange, because looked at from their point of view, it makes perfect sense. They get what they want with a simple activity of telling something that is not true. Now, there are two types of consequences that a child may be subjected to once they have been caught lying. One of those consequences is a harsh reprimand or some sort of harsh punishment from the parent's side. Technically, this is normally what parents do. But because this is a consequence that comes from you as a parent, there are chances that it may backfire as a resentment causing action from the parent side. The other type of consequence is what happens as a result of them behaving in an untruthful manner. This may be expressed disappointment by a parent, or losing a friendship, or something else that comes out as a natural outcome of their lying. Which brings us to the question as to what to do if there is no natural consequence. Should you leave it unaddressed? No, certainly not. What you as parent need to do is to inform them of your own disappointment with them. Have a calm conversation with them and find out what led them to lie in the first place. And while this part may be difficult because parents have their own stresses, it is important to get to the root of the matter without any prejudgments or harsh reactions. And the third step is to give them what we call as a view into the future. Do an imagination exercise with them, wherein you are seeing the future with them if they continue to lie, which they are presently doing for small things and maybe doing for bigger and bigger things in the future. Making them aware of future consequences of a behavior that is not suitable is one of the most effective ways for their minds to absorb as to the fact that no action, especially the actions that they know to be not the right ones, have consequences that are inescapable. As a result, they can get the practice of seeing a little bit in the future, something which they are unable to do by themselves because of their young age. So, to recap, a child lying is not a permanent trait. Unless you, as parents, have been engaging in untruthful behavior yourself, this is not a parenting flaw on your part at all. This is going to change as your child gains more independence and self determination, and as they gain life experience, which tells them about cause and effect of actions taken in life. I hope that you found this useful. Mention your questions, comments in the comments below. Thank you for watching.